So I did what I had to do. I ended up graduating from high school. Yeah, of course not with the best grade point average, but I graduated and got my diploma. And so I gave her my diploma, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. Like that's it. I'm not going to school anymore. But um, actually, it was an older homeboy of mine. He was probably like 10 years older than me. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
over here. I'm 17, I'm about to turn 18, and he told me, um, I think you should do something with your life. Go to
Yeah.
college. Go go to college. And I was like, nah, man. Like, I'm gonna let you guys down. I don't want to leave this. And he was like, no, he said he's seen something different in me. He said you're a lot smarter than most of these guys. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to talk on them, but he told me you're a lot smarter. I could see it. I know it
Mm-hmm.
just by the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, certain things I was doing. He's like, I could tell you're smarter. So he kind of pushed me. He kind of pushed me to go to school. So I applied. I got in, and then I started going to I started going to college to become an electrical engineer. And then so when I moved away to go to school, I still went home on the weekends, to show up, and show face and gangbang. And then when I was done, I'd go back to school, and
Yeah.
I was living in Fremont, Union City, and I was living off of Dakota and Alvarado, and I met some Norteños there, off of Dakota, and they hit me up, asked me where I was from, this and that. So they never messed with me because they were, yeah, they are very territorial, and just because I wasn't, from Fremont, but they kind of left me alone. They let me go do my thing because they're like, oh, you're going to school, that's cool, whatever. I just
Okay.
I did the whole schooling thing, for about a year and a half, and then I started working for a computer company. But every time I had a chance, I went back home and then I would still do the same thing, until I met my wife. Um, I moved back. I moved back from going to college and working at the computer company. And on the same day that I moved back, I went to my sister asked me to go to a party. I didn't want to go, so she kind of got me to go. So I was like, oh, I'll just go. So me and my cousin walk in, met my wife there, and then we ended up getting together, having a kid. I was still gang banging until um, my son was about a year and a half, 2 years old, and then that's when I mean that wasn't what completely got me to stop. It was the fact that I I went to my homeboy's house when I think I was like 19 years old. I was like 19 or 20, and I remember going to their house. And when I got there, they were barbecuing. They were celebrating, and I was
Mm.
like, oh, I was kind of happy. I was like, oh shoot, celebration. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna get fucked up. We're gonna, have some girls here. We're gonna do this, do that, smoke. So I'm like, so I asked them, okay, what are we celebrating? And they said, oh yeah, so and so. And I don't want to say his name because he's now passed away. But I said, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, yeah, he died, bro. Like, yeah, he's gone, he's done. And so I just kind of like looked at it like you guys are celebrating some dude's death because he was an op. It changed my whole thought process. Like that's somebody's kid, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's son, that's somebody's grandkid, that's somebody's nephew. That's somebody's best friend, somebody's neighbor. And I started looking at it a little bit different. So I started
Yeah.
noticing things here and there that were steering me, the other way. And then having a kid was like the last thing that just did it for me. I said I can't do this anymore because I can't be looking over my shoulder all the time. I can't be, I can't put them in danger because that's my family. I would not want my kid to be in any danger because of me, because then I'll feel bad if something happened to him because of me.
So you
So,
feel like fatherhood changed you and steer you in the right way?
oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. Because see, the first time my wife was pregnant, um, which is very hard to talk about, but we had my daughter. She died at birth, so um, that kind of stirred me to keep going in that life because I was mad. I was mad at the world. I was asking why did I lose my daughter and
Yeah.
nobody else? And I was questioning life. I was questioning God. I was questioning everything because I wanted answers. So she ended up getting pregnant um, a little bit later with my 19-year-old son. And when she was pregnant with him, that's when everything started changing. I started saying, you know what, I got happy because I was sad. I was depressed for a long time, and
Of
um,
course.
that kind of stirred me to, okay, um, I can't mess this up. If I was going to be sad about my daughter passing, what if one of my ops came and tried to kill me and then got my son instead?
Yeah.
Why would I put him in that situation when I already just lost a child? So
So, like, not to put it in this way, and I don't want it to sound like out of pocket or messed up, but kind of in a way, losing your child open your eyes to what life, if you continue gambling, it could have brought to your family and to your kid, especially the dangers that were putting them through. But it also opened your eyes to see that there was a better life out there. There was something more beautiful out there than just gambling, because you experienced the love that you felt for your daughter, and you also experienced that pain that helped you navigate and made a decision that I think my family deserves a better future and better something that I can give him. Gambling is not gonna be.
yeah, I actually did say that to myself. Um, I remember being outside and I was thinking about stuff. I was contemplating life. And then I said to myself, because like I said, I was looking for answers, and I said, was I being punished for some of the stuff I did in the past? Like then I looked at it like I had to look. I always try to look at something positive and all the negative. So when I did that, I said, what if God took my daughter because He didn't want her to see me go through what I was going through at the time, or what if she would have been a victim of an assault or something, and that's something I wouldn't have been able to live with.
Yeah,
So he took her instead of somebody else taking her. So I started looking at it as a positive thing, like something could have happened. Something could have happened to destroy me, and he only puts you through what he knows you can handle. So he knew I could handle this, and then you know it does. Yeah, it doesn't get any easier.
of course
You
not.
just you just learn you just learn to carry on. You know, um,
With the pain and trying to.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't. I wouldn't wish this on any of my enemies. Anybody that even people that hate me. I would not want somebody to lose a child because it was like the hardest thing I ever went through in my life.
I bet you does. And my condolences, brother. You already know that we have many lengthy conversations about many things off camera and off screen. And like I said before, I have grown to appreciate you as a friend. And also, we have many conversations about things in life general. And my question was gonna be, you. So you feel like meeting your wife and marrying her, kind of save you from the path you were going?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I think I cherished her and worshipped the ground she walked on because it was like she changed me at the same time as I changed her too because um she was going through something in her life too, and I kind of saved her from that. So it's like we were meant to be there for each other to change us into the people that we are today. Yeah, we're not together, and things happened, but I don't look at it as bad because we were meant to cross those paths, to change each other.
together. Yeah.
And I changed hers, and she changed mine, so I could be nothing but grateful for that.
Yeah, she gave you beautiful things, your son and your daughter, even though you didn't get to enjoy it for many years, but you got to enjoy your son for many years. Now, how many more kids after that you had?
Um, I have a 19-year-old son. Um, they're actually considered they're called they're in I remember looking it up. They're called a rainbow child. When you lose a child and then you have a child after, they call him a
Right.
rainbow. So he was the firstborn after I lost my daughter. Um, then I had my 11-year-old daughter, and then I
From
had my
her,
what was that?
from your wife, ex-wife.
Yeah, yeah. And then we split. We split when my daughter was. It was like a couple weeks before her first birthday, actually. Um, we split, and then like
Was the
2.5.
was the split mutual, or was that something that couldn't be remedied or couldn't be worked out, and you guys both
Um,
to, or it was something that either one of you guys took the decision to say, you know what, it just I don't I don't feel the same way, or I don't think there's this thing there or no more, or I don't think that it'd be healthy for us to continue what transpired that
I, I
make you guys.
I tried to work it out. I tried to see past everything, but when she said I need you to make a decision today, and I said no, I need time to think about it. It's not something you could just automatically say, okay, yeah. I said I need some time, and she was like, no, I need to know now.
Yeah,
And I said, well, from what
later.
the way I'm feeling right now, it's gonna be no. I'm gonna walk away, you
Yeah,
know, because I need that time to reflect on everything that happened.
yeah,
And she didn't want to give me that time, so I told her, well, the best thing for me to do is walk away. If I want to be happy, I have to worry about my mental health, and I need to walk away from this. Then I can't. I don't want to make that decision. I've been trying to work it out with you, but if you want me to make a decision right now, that's unfair, and you're not gonna like it because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk away.
yeah. So,
So I have to walk away.
did it change you to become a better person after the split? Did you grow more after the split, or while you were in a relationship? Do
I
you
think
feel
I
like you
think it
grow more?
I think it made me into somebody I didn't want to be. I kept I would question every relationship I got into after that.
Hmm.
I know you're not supposed to do that. This is how I learned this, but um, you're never supposed to project things that happen in your past with another relationship onto your next because this person is different.
Yeah,
This person is different, and I didn't look at it like that. I was in the wrong mindset. I was like, all women are going to do the same thing. This next
yeah.
one's
It becomes a pattern, and sometimes we don't realize until it's too late. But we do that as a man, though, because I had that experience before. Like if somebody did something to me, then I will project that into the next person, and without knowing, I will hurt them a lot, or they will hurt me because I'm looking for what I left or what I lost onto the next person, and that's something that cannot be. So now you have two a daughter and a son, and you
yeah.
have another son as well.
So for a good like 2.5 years, not gonna lie, I went through a lot of different females. I didn't want to commit to anybody. I didn't want to be in relationships because
Yeah,
I felt like, oh, it's gonna happen again, and I don't want to get attached to somebody.
yeah,
So until I met I already knew my fiance's. I knew her since like third grade, but
okay,
we kind of went our own different ways, and then we ran into each other again one day, and she changed my life. She I want to say she actually saved my life. You know, um, I got into some trouble. I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing, even though I knew I shouldn't be doing them, especially at my age. At the time, um, I got in. I basically a drug deal went bad. Basically, you know,
Yeah.
allegedly. um, I had a group of people. I won't say who. Um,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. That were coming after me. You know, until I came up with this money. So my son, my 6 year old, his mom, who I was talking to at the time, said, "Look, I'll front you the money. Go pay these guys and do whatever you got to do, because they basically wanted me dead." So um, I denied it for a while. I kept telling her, "No, no, I don't. I'm not gonna take money from you and this and that. Until she sat me down and said, "Look, you have kids. I care about your kids like I care about you. So if you don't take this money, you're gonna leave your kids without a father, because I
Mm.
know you're not gonna find this money anywhere else." And because I had 48 hours to pay,
Mm.
so she gave me the money. I kept telling her no, 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 until I finally went and I said, "Okay, look, I'll take it, but I'll pay you back, and I'll pay you back with more." And I actually did. I paid her back like almost triple of what she gave me. You know,
Mm.
but yeah. So I felt like she saved my life. So um, I look at it like, because she kept saying she wanted to be in a relationship with me. I didn't want to be in a relationship with her because everything I was going through. I thought it was unfair for her to go through it with me. But
Yeah.
then I have to look at it like, if she wants to go through it with me, that means she loves me.
Yeah.
She gave me that money to. She even said, "I know you're not going to pay me back. It's cool. Like, I don't care. It's not about the money. That's love right there, bro." So I had to look at everything and say, you know what? This she's not going to be like my past relationships.
Yeah.
She's different. She opened my eyes, and
Show you a different
a whole
world. It wasn't a
exact.
world.
So I fell in love with her more than I already was. I was in love with her already. I just didn't want her, to suffer through whatever I was going through. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't be in a relationship, and she didn't understand that until I sat down and told her everything. I told her about my past. I told her everything that happened. I told her every single thing that I've never told
Yeah.
anybody else, and she was okay with it. So
That's true love.
yeah, that's yeah. So I got into a relationship with her. We moved in together. We lived together for a while. My own son and daughter call her mom. You know,
Yeah.
um,
The
so
oldest. The eldest.
yeah, yeah, my tool, yeah. So, um, being with her, it kind of it, it was kind of rocky at first.
Yeah.
Um, there's times where I almost left. There's times where she was like, "Don't leave, please." You just you could work things out. Just because
Yeah.
it happened in the past doesn't mean you can't work it out now. So she would give me to see things that I didn't see before. You
Yeah.
know. So what I did was, I was close to leaving. I had all my stuff in my car. I was about to take off, and then she called me and said, "Look, I'm not feeling good. I'm gonna go to the hospital. I got scared. And why would I get scared if I didn't want to be there no more?"
Yeah. It was
So
just
when
the love, but you don't want to show it. You don't want to admit it to
yeah,
because then it will become real.
so I she says, "Can you get her?" I said, "Yeah, I'm almost there." So when I got to the hospital, I walked in and I just remember seeing a machine next to her bed, and I'm like, "Why is there a sonogram machine here?" And she goes, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Wait, you're pregnant?" And she's like, "They think I am." I'm like, "Oh shoot." So
Hmm.
when they came back and said, "Yeah, your urine test came back that you are, we're gonna see how many months you are." And I said, "Wait, whoa, wait, she's pregnant?" And they're like, "Yeah." So they did the sonogram, and we didn't find out she was pregnant until she was 4.5, 5 months into her pregnancy.
Oh crap.
So that changed me right there too. Like, I started looking at everything that she was doing, everything she said, things that I wasn't seeing that she pointed out to me. So
Yeah.
I I told her, you know what, I'm here for all my kids, but I don't just want to be here for my son because we found out it was a boy then. Um, I want to be here with you because of you, not because of just the kid. So we ended up staying together. I didn't end up moving out, and then we stayed together until 2022 when she passed away. So um,
Yeah, what's up, bro? Do you feel that parent fatherhood made you into the person you now are, the better person you now are, the man you have become?
yeah, it showed me to love and see things through before making a decision, because if you're gonna love your kid unconditionally, no matter what, why can't I love a woman like that?
Yeah,
So it kind of showed me, you know, uh, to be a different man, to show love a different way than I was before, not to hide it. Um, that this is why growing up, my son growing up, I used to tell him all the time, don't join a gang, please don't join a gang, don't do drugs, don't sell them, don't do this, don't do that. And my son doesn't do none of that. You know,
your older son.
yeah, he does is he plays video games. He goes paintballing and he goes to work.
No, he sounds like he's for the conversation me and you I had. He sounds like he's a smart, well centered, well educated, with a good head on his shoulders, young man. And I'm glad that he has a good role model to be around like yourself, because some people, when they go through what you went through with your dad, and then what you've been through with your wife and everything else, and losing a child, some people, all of that accumulated can be so heavy, and it can weigh them down, and sometimes they don't know how to distinguish things. So what they do is they take it out on the kids, or
Yeah,
they blame the kids for the trauma they're going through, and sometimes they don't know how to deal with it. So what they do is they take it out on the kid. They look for excuse to either punish the kid, ground the kid, or do whatever they do. Um, Fortunately for your kid, and lucky for your kid, and good thing for you, you grown to a place where you feel comfortable enough to who you are as a father, to who you are as a man, and to now to the point where you are okay to express your feelings. You allow yourself to be vulnerable to people around you, and not a lot of men can do that. And I say men because we have a real taboo system. Believe that men shouldn't cry, men shouldn't open up about their feelings, men shouldn't display emotion. All of these taboo, the machismo that surrounds, especially Latino guys, we they create this little aurora, this little atmosphere that people believe. They create this belief that men shouldn't do this, but you have overcome all of those things and have become a good father, a good man, have become a good friend, and you are allowing yourself to be loved also, which is a hard thing to do. At least for me, it was hard for me to be loved, to allow somebody to love me into my life, because I've been through so much drama that I felt like I didn't deserve none of that stuff. And I speak about it here and there in the lives, and I talk about how the relationship with me and my dad was shitty, and now we to the point where we can talk normal like father and son, and we are building a relationship where we can communicate without disrespecting each other. We can actually tell each other how we doing, how we feeling. Before it used to be like, hey, how you doing? And it wouldn't go past that because it was awkward. I didn't know what to ask, and after, oh, I'm doing okay. How about you? And the conversation was dead after that because I didn't know how to proceed afterwards. But now it's to the point where I had learned, and you had gave me advices as well when we had conversations aside from the conversation we have on live, but aside the privates we have on how sometimes how to take things and proceed to do things that I'm going through, because sometimes we might need somebody, a friend that's not afraid to tell you, hey, bro, we care for you, carnal, don't trip. You got somebody in your corner, you're not alone. And sometimes we need to hear that, bro. And sometimes as men, we hold so much anger inside that when you see us quiet, people worry because they know that anger is ready to come out, about to snap. Like me, especially when I'm quiet and I'm just um shut down mode, it's a dangerous thing. And people that's around me recognize that because they know he's gonna snap sooner or later. Something is bothering him. So my lady, thanks God, I learned how to peep those cues and not allow me to get to the level where you're gonna lead the match and the bomb is just gonna go off. So when she sees me on that shutdown mode, she tries to reel me back in and bring me back. And fortunately for me, I have people like you as a friend. They have allowed me to open up a little better to people around me, like my mother, my friends, my lady, my brothers. It has allowed me to open up and tell them how I feel. So I'm proud of you that you have made those changes, especially hearing your story from back then, all the trauma you suffered, all the trauma you went through, to now the person you now are, and to the little that I know about you. It's amazing to see the transformation you have done getting this background, because I didn't know most of this stuff that you have went through as a child and then as a teenager, and then the experience and the losses you have experienced and everything you have suffered through adulthood and young life, and then adulthood and adolescent, when you were a young man as well, and then to become a man. All those traumas, all those losses, all that pain you have went through, and now to become the man you are, bro. It's amazing to see this transformation, because just hearing your story right now, I think people didn't know this much about you, and that's the reason why I kind of wanted to ask this question down and have it. It's a long interview, but I also wanted to get some details answered, and I wanted to get questions in and everything. And I know we probably haven't covered most of it. There's still some things that I want to ask.
Yeah.
Uh, hopefully we will leave it here, and then down the road, if you're up to it, we can do a live where people can prompt their questions respectfully, of course, like I always do respectfully on my lives or your lives. Or we can do a second continuation of this interview. If they want to know more, they can post their questions on their comments, or they can send us a question to each of our channels, and maybe they want to know a little bit more details about you. But I can tell you, bro, I really thank you. I really appreciate you for you taking the time to come into my platform and open up this way, and to allow me to know you a little bit better, and to allow me to see the changes you have made and the transformation you have made into what you are right now, which is a great man. Also, before I leave, did all this pain and all that you went through, did that prompt you, or did that kind of help you to open up a channel to let yourself, like a mellow channel for you to relax? Was that something that you did with all the pain you went through, everything you went through your mind, or was that the channel thing was just something that came up, or how did that concept of playing all the music and things like that came about?
Well, like I said, growing up, I used to use comedy and make people laugh. Um, because when I would make people laugh and feel good, I felt good.
Yeah.
So, every time I would go to a party or go, somewhere, they would always ask, yeah, I'll just say my name, but yeah, oh, where's Peter at? Where's Peter? Oh, when's Peter gonna get here? I was like the life of the party, so, I like, because I'm very social, so I thought, you know what, I want to bring that into a channel and just have people come by, like if we're all gonna just kick it at a house, and that's why I call it the after party, because it's like an after party vibe. You go to a wedding, you go to a quinceañera, you go to a birthday party, whatever, a get together. Um, Everybody always says, okay, where are we gonna move the party now? It's over. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna get some bottles. We're gonna get some smoke. We're gonna do this and that. It's an after party vibe. We're gonna listen to music and chill. So that's I was like, I want to bring that to a channel so where people could just come by and kick it. So that's why I did it, because I like to be social, but I can't always be social outside of YouTube because I have kids. I have things to do, and my way of doing it was we'll bring it to YouTube, and I can interact with people on here and get to meet new people, from everywhere, from all walks of life. So that's why I created the channel.
And also, not just that, at least for me, you have created a platform where people feel safe enough to come and have that conversation with you, and also have that conversation with other people that jump in the platform, all the guests, all the people there. When you open the panel, come in there, and also I have seen that a lot that they share their experience, and it's supportive. Like the whole thing is your platform. You have made it like a family. People are supporting when you share something there. They don't knock you down. They're like, "Oh, you're a man. You're talking about your feelings. You're pussy. You're doing this. You know." So you
Yeah.
have made it somewhat comfortable, and people does not is not afraid to express how they feel or they're feeling, which is a good thing. And at least for me, it was something that I needed to come in into a platform like that where I can speak sometimes what my day went through and everything else. And fortunately for me, I met you through when I was going through something really ugly in my life when I went to the hospital, and we came building our friendship from there, and it have developed and evolved to what we now is, which is appreciated. All the support you have done for me, everything you did for me while I was in the hospital, everything you continue doing for me, even when I came home, and everything you do throughout the daily basis thing is appreciated. I know I do, my wife does as well, and my family also appreciated all the prayers you do, everything you supported my channel when you put it out there, and the support, how supportive you were when you didn't have to be, but you did that, so I appreciate it. And that's why I said that your platform has become some type of relief and some type of hub for us to come and just chill. Like yesterday was movie night, people were just chillaxing, relaxing, enjoying, then people can come in there and have a laugh. So to all the subscribers that are here in my channel, to everybody who's watching, if you haven't checked out the homie's channel, please go and check it out. It's called The After Party with FUME 209. Go check it out. It's a good channel. He's always going live a little bit around 9 to 10 o'clock. But it's a good channel. You won't regret going in there. You will enjoy the time in there, and you will enjoy having fun because it's laughable. We have fun. We're always respectful with each other, but we also try to enjoy each other's company. So, brother, I thank you, brother, for taking the time out of your day to sit down with me and talk. I appreciate you opening up and letting me in and letting me get to know you a little bit better. I appreciate everything you've done for me so far and everything you continue doing for me and my family. I appreciate all the help you did for me while I was in the hospital. And also, bro, you already know whenever if you ever need anything, it goes without saying, I'm right here. Whatever I can help with, bro, goes without saying. I appreciate you letting me into your life and getting to know some of your kids, speaking with them and everything. And it's a blessing to have you as a friend, and it's a blessing to have you in my life, brother. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. You
Thank you.
you you done. You think you haven't done much for me, but you actually have. So I appreciate you and your wife too for everything you guys do for me. So
Thank you, bro. Like, with that being said, mi gente, we're gonna wrap it up this interview. If you want to hear more about Fume's life story, hit us up, leave a comment, leave a suggestion. If you have any question, let us know. We usually be live every other day. At least me on my channel, I usually be live every other day around 8 or 7:30. He usually be live. He's live every day from 9 all the way sometimes down to 6 in the morning. So if you have any question regarding this interview, if you want to know more about him, let me know. Hit me up, leave a comment, hit me up through my IG, and we will get it going. We can do a second part. No, this interview was a little long, but we got most what we can out. With that being said, mi gente, thank you for enjoying and watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let's get it, mi gente.